Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. I'm here today with a book tag video. It feels like I haven't done one of these in a while, even though it hasn't been that long since I did the start of the year book tag. So this book tag is called the book recommendation tag, and it was created by Steph Bohrer. And I went looking on YouTube for book tags to do, and I found this, and I found this to be really interesting because there are 15 prompts, and for each one of these I will give you book recommendations, obviously, because it's the name of the tag and it is what the tag is about. Anyway, so without any further ado, let's dive right into this tag video and let me share with you some book recommendations while answering the questions of this tag. See, technically they aren't questions, they are prompts, but you get the point. Prompt number 1. A book you tell people is your favorite. I don't even have to say anything before people will start commenting with my favorite books, because I have spoken about these books so many times in so many videos, and I've shoved them in your faces. I've shoved them in so many people's faces that I just can't seem to stop. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. You knew this was coming. Any of Nikita Gill's books, the most recent being These Are the Words. Remnants of a Separation, an amazing non-fiction book about the partition. The Mountains Sing, another historical fiction book that just tore me through and through. The Book Thief, A Man Called Uwe, and the list goes on. Like, when you ask a bookworm to talk about their favorite books, you're just pushing them into more and more turmoil because they can't just choose. But these are among my top favorite books. And let me know if you'd like me to do a favorite books of all time video. I do it yearly, but I'm wondering if you would like to see a favorite books of all time video, because that is going to be a long one. Prompt number 2. A book that is your guilty pleasure. I don't think I have a guilty pleasure book of sorts, because I pick up every book hoping that I will end up loving it, and there's nothing like guilty pleasure about it. If I love it, I love it. But for a long time I thought that Twilight needed to be a guilty pleasure and not something that I enjoyed. Like, I couldn't say it out loud that I enjoyed the books because there was so much dissing going on for that. I realized that there's a whole other set of issues with those books, but I had to deal with a couple of friends saying, Twilight, that's not real literature and all of that. But okay. Prompt number 3. A book everyone loved but you didn't. That's easy. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I don't think I have come across many people who don't like this book. I see why people love it. I see the importance of the whole premise. I see the whole importance of writing a story like that and of bringing it out into the world. But somehow I don't like Margaret Atwood's writing. Although I did like the Testaments, maybe because her writing evolved over the years or something. But Handmaid's Tale. Prompt number 4. A book you read the fastest. See, over the years I feel like my reading speed has come down a lot, but there are a couple of books that I read pretty quickly, and those are short books. One is The Sleeper and the Spindle by Neil Gaiman and illustrated by Chris Riddell, and the second is The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams, which I read very recently. I think it was after coming to Australia here. Prompt number 5. A book that deserves more hype. And for me, I think that is The Authenticity Project by Claire Pooley. And this is a book that I absolutely loved. Like, there was so much warmth, so much humanity to that story, and I'm surprised that not many people have read this book, or if they have, I haven't seen them on my feeds, or I haven't seen them wherever I am on social media. But it does deserve more hype. It does deserve all the love in the world. This book was gifted to me by a dear friend, and I'm so glad she did. Thank you for that. I also did a full Instagram review of this, on which the author also commented, and that made my day. So if you'd like to go check that out, link will be in the description box below. Prompt number 6. A book that is becoming a movie or TV show. nothing comes to mind because movies and TV shows, I don't keep track of all that much. It's not that I'm not interested in it, but I just don't keep track. If it comes, I'll watch, but I'm not like... all my hopes are pinned on the Six of Crows spin-off. It is said, there are rumors all over the place that Six of Crows will be getting a spin-off show off of Shadow and Bone, and I am super excited, even though I don't know if that is going to happen. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom are two of my favorite books of all time, so to see those brought to life by the cast, it's going to be something else altogether, and I am really excited for it. Oh, by the way, I just remembered that there's one other movie that I am looking forward to see. I love this book so much. It's called Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, and this is the story of the first son of the United States and a prince from the United Kingdom. I'll leave it at that, and the movie is apparently coming out in August, and my excitement knows no bounds. Like, it was one of the few good things that I heard yesterday, and it just made my day. PS. I don't know if you can do a PS for an individual point, but PS, Heartstopper Season 2 is also coming in August, so... excitement. Prompt number 7. A book you have reread the most. I'm going to say The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I've read that book I think 6 times so far, and I know I will read it again because it's just so witty, it's sharp, it's snappy, and it was probably the first YA book that I read, and it holds a special place in my heart for a lot of reasons. I won't list all of them now, but I think I have a video talking about why The Fault in Our Stars is awesome. If I manage to find it, I'll leave the link here as well as in the description box below. Prompt number 8. A book from a genre you don't typically read. I don't typically read horror because I am a scaredy cat of the highest level. Around me, you don't have to do anything. You just come and stand here without my noticing, and when I turn, if you're there, I'm going to jump. So that's why I stay away from horror. But I did read Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and it was creepy as... it's like supernatural horror kind of thing, and it was simply chilling. Honestly, I think I did a full reading vlog for that book. If you'd like to go check that out, link here as well as in the description box below. Prompt number 9. A book that deserves all the hype it gets. I was looking through my list the other day for some other lists that I'm making, and I wondered which of these books are universally loved, or if not universally loved, at least till wherever I've seen, there have only been either positive or average reviews, not like bad reviews of this. And the only book that I could say with at least a little bit of confidence that it deserves all the hype is Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and I agree 100%. Like, it deserves all the hype because it's so nice, it's so beautifully written. I was not an Emily Henry fan before this. Like, I had read a couple of her books, but I wasn't a huge fan. Like, I didn't think that I would give my all for this book, but this is a book that changed it. I read this in the middle of last year, in which I did a whole video for this whole book talk romances thing, and I absolutely loved it. Like, this is about a literary agent and an editor, about meetings and small towns and family, and there's so much. And in addition to the romance, the main romance, the author has also added the protagonists' relationships with their family. It's such a well-rounded book because that whole feeling of, you know, attachment or detachment from one's family, it just settled deep into my gut, and I was like, what are you doing? Book Lovers is one book that I will 100% get behind, and it deserves all the hype that it gets. I just loved it. Prompt number 10. A book you usually recommend when asked to give a recommendation. I usually ask the person what are the kind of books they like to read, what genres they like to read in. But if you're talking about a general kind of book recommendation, then I A couple of books that I will always recommend is Remnants of a Separation by Aanchal Malhotra and Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. Both brilliant books. You have to take your time with both of them, and you will glean so much information, so much perspective that it's unparalleled. Prompt number 11. A book that has your favorite characters and without thinking. Six of Crows Duology by Leigh Bardugo. Every single one of those characters has so much panache. They have so much weight to them. There's so much to their backstories. There's so much that they carry as they go about their everyday jobs. But they are some of my favorite characters ever because they are witty, they are smart, they are intelligent, they have charm, and all of this comes together to make an amazing duology, one of my favorite duologies of all time. Prompt number 12. A book you wish you could live in, and a very warm, very nice, very understanding series comes to mind, and that is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. The characters in these graphic novels, they are so understanding, and I wish the world was filled with such people. It's so beautiful how all of them come together in this Heartstopper universe, and all of them at one place. I just wish I could just go knock on their door, be accepted inside, sit down with them, listen to them, have fun with them, talk to them. It's just, I wish. Prompt number 13. A book you thought you would hate but ended up loving. Let's not say loving, I would say liking to that extent. And for me, it was The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. If you watched a few of my videos from last year, you will know that I absolutely did not like The Spanish Love Deception. It was one of my least favorite books of last year. But I am such a person that if a book series comes out, if the next book in a series comes out, I will go and read that next book because I can't help myself. Like, how can I leave a series incomplete? So I went and picked it up, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that I liked it. The relationship between the protagonists was much more believable, much more sweeter. Even though it gets steamy, the relationship, their connection itself was very sweet. Prompt number 14. A book that made you cry. There's a whole video about it, about this prompt as such, in which I talk about the books that made me cry, but I made it a little while ago. The most recent books to make me cry were These Are the Words by Nikita Gill, obviously, for which I've done a whole vlog about. You can see me become emotional, you can see me cry. I mean, I've cut down the crying part a lot because I didn't want to put so much of it out there and make people uncomfortable, but there is quite a bit. You can see me getting emotional. I absolutely love that book and all of that. Anyway, and before that, I think it was The Daughters of Madurai by Rajashree Warrior. It is the story of a mother and daughter, mostly about the mother's life, everything that a mother goes through, the relationship between the mother and the daughter, and it just made me so emotional, especially since I'm so far away from my mother at the moment. I did a whole blog review. If you'd like to go check that out, link is in the description box below. The 15th and last prompt. A book you wish you could read for the first time. Can you guess the name of the book that I'm about to take? The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, obviously. This is one book that I'm obsessed with. I pushed it onto everyone. I shoved it in people's faces. I gifted it to friends. I made them read it. I mean, most of them did not like it as much as I did. They were like, it was good, but it was okay. Like, and it hurt my heart just a little, but then again, it's people's opinions. I can't do anything about it. There was just one person who loved it as much as I did, and we cried over it, obviously. But that first time of me reading it, of me getting emotional at the story, of me starting that obsession, that point where everything started, when I realized that I could see myself in that book, when I realized that there are people in the world who think like me, who feel like me. Okay, I knew that before, but it's just that there was so much of me in that book. There's so much of my thoughts, like my what if thoughts. I saw them in that book, and to experience all that for the first time would be so amazing. But should I be happy that I read the book and it's my favorite book, or should I be sad that I can't read it for the first time? It's a war, it's a battle of sorts. So those were my answers to the prompts of the book recommendation tag. What did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What are your answers to these prompts? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.